Cross Talk TV podcast. Peace.
Welcome to another episode of Croc Talk TV. I am your host, former NFL and AFL defensive back, Eric Crocker. And on today's episode, I got a smile on my face because the 49ers have locked up All-Pro Fred. All right, Fred Warner has signed a lucrative contract with the 49ers, making him the highest paid linebacker in NFL history, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so let's talk about the details. Or before we get into that, make sure if you're not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, hit that subscribe button right now. If you haven't already, hit the like button right now. The numbers of everybody coming into this chat is going up. So make sure you guys hit that like button right now. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. All right, Fred Warner. Oh, and before, if I start to get blurry or whatever, just disregard that. Having some connection issues with my Wi-Fi, but I'm working through it. I got to pay to upgrade and all type of other stuff. I'm working through it, all right? But anyways, Fred Warner. Actually, I want to kind of go. Let me start from this morning. So this morning, I got a message from someone. I'm not an insider. I don't break news or project things or anything. And my guy, Brian Peacock, obviously the host of Locked On 49ers. I'm the co-host. Brian Peacock, guys, at 9:47 a.m. Brian Peacock messaged me and said, sources tell me a Fred Warner deal is coming this week, highest paid linebacker in the league. Now, Peacock will never take credit, or probably, I don't even think he posted that or anything, but Peacock was all on top of it this morning. Again, 9:47 a.m. That's my time, California time. So he texted me, it must have been as soon as he woke up, because that's at 7:47 a.m. Pacific, where he texted me and says, source tell me, Fred Warner, deal coming this week, highest paid linebacker in the week in the NFL. And clearly, a couple hours later, Adam Schefter breaks the news. All right, All-Pro linebacker Fred Warner and 49ers just reached an agreement on a 5-year extension that will tie him to the San Francisco 49ers through the 2026 season. Sources tell ESPN. I wonder if those are the same sources that told Brian Peacock. All right. A former third-round pick from BYU, Warner was entering the last year of his contract. Compensation update, the 49ers are giving Fred Warner a 5-year, $95 million extension, including $40.5 million guaranteed. That is big money for All-Pro Fred, highest paid linebacker in the league. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, so that's 4 years. That's good. It's a good chunk of money right there. All right, 5 years, $95 million. And he also tweeted out right after that Darius Leonard is expected to sign a 4-year, $19 million per year deal. So won't be as much as Fred Warner's on, but we'll see what the guaranteed money is on that. Highest paid linebacker for now is Fred Warner. Then we'll see when Darius Leonard comes out. All right, but what does this mean for the 49ers moving forward? I'm no capologist or anything like that, but I do strongly believe that teams pay who they want to pay. All right, there are a lot of people, oh, you pay Fred Warner, you pay this guy, you got to pay George Kittle, and you're worried about Nick Bosa moving forward and all this. Teams pay who they want to pay and who they want to keep around. All right, there will be guys that will be up for contract, right? Nick Bosa, like he'll need a contract moving forward. Deebo Samuel, what's going to happen to him? He's moving into year 3. Next year will be the final season on his contract. What's going to happen with Deebo Samuel? All right, but you can't worry about those things. You just have to trust and know that every team in the NFL, if they want a guy, they will pay to keep him. Now, what that does to the roster around that guy, that's when you have to start, kind of making decisions on, are we going to keep DeForest Buckner or trade him for a first-round pick, get that compensation, pay Eric Armstead less money, less guaranteed money, kind of work around the cap and things like that. But if you want a guy to be there and you want a guy around, they will make it happen. So it's awesome to see the 49ers, break this news today right before camp gets started. Fred Warner doesn't have to worry about going out there on the final year of his contract and, oh man, what I get injured. Do I play full speed? Do I not play full speed? You always gotta play full speed, but he doesn't have to worry about any injury or anything like that because whatever happens, he knows that he has. Let me check again. $40.5 million guaranteed. So that's awesome. Congratulations to Fred Warner. Big money. A guy that was a third round pick. I remember watching him coming out of BYU, and I watched him. I think that was the year I watched Darius Leonard. I feel like the 49ers needed a linebacker opposite Reuben Foster. How long ago was that, man? But I feel like the 49ers needed a linebacker opposite Reuben Foster. And guys, by the way, I already know my internet. I don't know. It's kind of weird right now. Disregard that. The Wi-Fi is kind of dipping in and out. But they needed a linebacker opposite Fred Warner. So I did look into a few linebackers during that time. One was Fred Warner. Another one was Darius Leonard. And there were a couple other ones, I think, like Roquan Smith and stuff like that. And it's interesting, man, with Fred Warner. And we'll see if this starts to kind of be something that happens around the league where, Fred Warner wasn't a pure, off-ball linebacker, right? He wasn't just this middle linebacker that he's come to be today. He was a guy who played basically a defensive back position. I mean, him and Minkah Fitzpatrick, what Minkah Fitzpatrick did at Alabama, that's similar to what Fred Warner did at BYU. So he wasn't even just this pure off-ball linebacker, come down the hill, and smack guys around and whatnot. Like, he was more used to playing in space. But where's the game going nowadays? The game is a game that's played in space. We have guys that have to be able to cover in space. You can't be the Kirklands, LeVar Kirklands of the world back in the day when he was the big middle linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, you can't be that guy anymore. Like, you have to be a guy now that can cover in space, be able to turn and run with receivers, be able to, cover running backs that are coming out of the backfield. There's a lot of running backs that are kind of like jitterbug scat backs that are coming out and being able to run routes, and you got to be able to cover those guys in space. Fred Warner exemplifies that, and he's a guy that, again, comes from more of a defensive back background and has moved to a position to where he is a tremendous middle linebacker. And a lot of this isn't news, or I guess it's to be expected. He is a guy that from day one has been that guy. He's the guy that they put the green dot on his helmet from day one. I remember watching him against the Colts and seeing him fly around and being like, damn, this Fred Warner dude, he's kind of good. Running around number 48, that's not ideal. But you could tell right away that this was a guy that he could play. And in the first game, I want to say against the Colts, punched the ball out Vikings, punched the ball out from Dalvin Cook from behind, forced a fumble. He has all this ability, and now it's come together, and he got the nickname All-Pro Fred before even last season. Then last season it came to fruition where maybe guys spoke into existence, ended up being an All-Pro. You see guys like Aaron Rodgers come to him and say, hey, man, like, you're the best in this league. They're not going to give you that yet because of the name recognition and all that, but you're the best linebacker in this NFL. I play against a lot of guys. I play against guys each week. You are the best linebacker in the NFL. And that's how Fred Warner has started to be viewed. And I think this compensation that he's gotten kind of, says that the 49ers feel the same way about him as Aaron Rodgers did. So it's awesome to see him get paid. It's awesome to see guys get money, especially guys, wasn't taken really high, wasn't a first round pick or anything like that, but a guy who has, worked his butt off and has become an amazing linebacker in the NFL. So I'll go through a couple of these questions here. Hey, Crocky, good draft last night. Sorry you got auto drafted at the end. I did get auto drafted at the end, but that was, I don't want to say planned out. I had a playoff game at the same time. And as you guys know, if you're not already, we got a league going on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Crocky. All right. And I got a bunch of good 49er fans in there. There's 12 of us in there. But as soon as the league fills, the draft starts. So as I started my Madden game, the draft started, and it was a playoff game. So it wasn't even like I could push it off or anything like that. So I was trying to focus on the draft in the league, as well as my Madden League game that was a playoff game. So it was tough trying to balance the two, and the game got really tight towards the end, so I had to just stop drafting and really focus on the game. So that's why I got auto-drafted towards the end, unfortunately. Here we go. Have you guys watched Fred Warner do martial arts? He's a badass. I think he got a good deal, too. This time next year, he'll be the fourth highest paid. So I did watch that video, and that is not Fred Warner. And I don't want to say I was the first person to tweet this out. I saw some other people tweet out after, but I was just being funny. I saw this dude. I'm like, damn, it looks like Fred Warner. It did look like Fred Warner flying, kicking the bag and everything, doing all kind of martial arts stuff. I remember tweeting out like, look at Fred Warner, not just a great linebacker, but also a great martial artist. And I was just joking. And reading the comments, I could tell that people thought that was Fred Warner. And I was like, oh no, like that's not really Fred Warner. So I deleted my tweet because I could see that people really thought that was Fred Warner. And then I saw other people tweet it after that, and I don't think they knew that it wasn't Fred Warner. That kind of took off and had legs of its own. And to this day, like you, Kyle, people think that is still Fred Warner. It was not. It was not. Fred Warner just got the cheddar, baby. Yes, sir. That's awesome. It really is awesome to see guys get paid, man. Guys be able to live out their dreams. What happened with his brother? Where's his brother at? Obviously, his brother, BYU safety, was a guy, I want to say played corner, moved to safety, was in this last year's draft. Did he get drafted? Was he an undrafted free agent? We'll see. What's the deal? Been working. All right, the deal. I looked at, I don't have my phone in front of me, but I want to say it was 5 years, 95 million. Let me look. 5 years, $95 million extension, including 40.5 guaranteed. All right. So Kelvin, that is the numbers. 5 years, 95 million extension, 40 million guaranteed. Big money. Big money. All right. Best news. Best news, no BS with contract before goes up. That's right, man. Get it going. Get it going. I don't think Fred Warner would throttle down for a contract. No, and I'm not saying throttle down for a contract. What I was saying was when you're out there and you're on the field and you're playing in that last year without a contract, there's a risk of getting hurt. And not so much him throttle down, but just play while knowing, damn, there's a chance I get hurt. All right. Again, if you guys just now joined, I already talked about how I'm having Wi-Fi issues and I have to, like, I don't know, do something, upgrade hardwire or something. So if you guys see my Wi-Fi kind of dip in and out, man, we got to take this up with Vibe Broadband, man. It kind of suck. I'm going to tweet this out. I'm going to tweet out to Vibe Broadband. Be like, hey, man, you guys fix my Wi-Fi. What the hell is going on? I got 85 people in here watching and my Wi-Fi is dipping in and out. Vibe Broadband, y'all gotta fix that. Is that an MJC chair in the back? Yes. I attended Modesto Junior College 2009 before I got a scholarship. Me and my best friend, we actually stole these chairs out of the gym. They've got new chairs since then, so they don't miss them. But we ran up in there, man. We ran up in the gym and took the basketball chairs out. I got one, he got one. So that's what that is. Modesto Pirates, man. Modesto Junior College. Let's go. Yeah. So that's how I got that chair. And it's one of my favorite chairs, man. I mean, listen, I mean, that's 2009. So what is that, 12 years ago? And I still have this chair. So that's how you know, man, it's a great chair, baby. Yeah. Here we go. 85 people on Croc looking blurry as fuck. Tell them, Croc. That's what I'm saying, man. I gotta talk to them about this. You gotta fix my Wi-Fi. It can't be dipping in and out like that. So I'll pixelate it like I'm recording on a what is that phone that people have? Not an iPhone, the other one, Android. Trash service. Here we go. But yeah, man, hey, I appreciate you guys. If you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about, or if you guys want to hop in here, I will be going live tonight. I'm starting Whiteout Wednesday with my guy Jasper Rose. All right, Whiteout Wednesday, every Wednesday, we will be coming live to you guys to talk about everything that's going on with the 49ers receiver core. All right, so that's going to be awesome. My guy, he played receiver and he gives more of the fan takes. You know, I try to give you guys kind of the front office, coach, player perspective. My guy, Jasper Rose, he's going to come in and give more of the fan perspective, but still have that expertise of playing the position. If you guys want to join right now, we'll stay live for a little bit longer. Excuse my blurriness. Maybe having somebody else join on will make it to where this blurry stuff kind of doesn't stand out as much. So feel free to click the link right there, join in live, Croc Talk TV. If you haven't already, hit the like button right now. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button right now. All right. How long do you think Fred Warner will stay the highest paid linebacker? Well, it might not be that long because it sounds like Darius Leonard is about to get paid too. So I'm pretty sure he feels like he deserves to be the highest paid linebacker in the NFL. So that might be Fred Warner's being the highest paid linebacker might end by this week. All right, here we go. First guy on, my guy Dion. Look at my headset on, man. I didn't got my headset on. So I can hear you. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday out there, hump day. What's good, Dion?
What's good with it, Croc? How you been, man?
Oh man, I'm chilling. What's good with you?
Hey, man, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Another day, happy, man. I'm glad. We needed to get Fred locked down, and I'm happy we got him
Yeah.
locked down before the season. It
I was going
makes
to ask
total
you how you
sense.
felt about it. Like, how do you feel about paying even just a linebacker? That's kind of a position like a running back that's a little, I don't want to say diminished, but people don't
hmm
value it as much. But you got a linebacker like Fred Warner, they pay him a ton of money. How do you feel about that?
For me, I feel great about it. The reason being is because look at where we got Fred. We got Fred in the third round. We didn't know what to expect from him. And look at what he's done for us over these few years. The number one thing I said, I had posted up a quick little video on my own channel that basically said, this to me seems like we're getting back to the Eddie DeBartolo days, where the 49ers organization is a family and we working together to be able to keep the right pieces of the family there. And that's what they doing. You got to think about it. You gave Fred 95 mil and said, look, you was a third round pick. You done balled out way above that contract. There's linebackers that got picked ahead of him that probably aren't even doing much of nothing.
Right.
I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? First round picks in the previous drafts that are nowhere near what he is. And he balled out.
I
You got
want
to
to
look at
say,
what
you know what though? I think this was a good linebacker class because Roquan Smith, while he's not Fred Warner, I think he is good.
he's
You
good.
got
He's good.
Darius Leonard was picked ahead of him,
Leonard.
and the kid from the big one, the big linebacker went to Buffalo. He's doing well too.
Oh yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Fred Warner's probably the best of the group, but those guys are like that was actually a pretty good linebacker class, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, to me, when you look at it, Fred gives you, we lucked out. So you get put like this, you get Kittle in the fifth. Kittle becomes the best overall tight end. The best receiving tight end is going to be Travis Kelce to me. He's
Right.
going to stay that way, that it is what it is. But the best overall tight end is George Kittle. It's just like in basketball. If you look at it, the best center to me ever was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now people would argue that and go with Shaq. You know what Shaq didn't have? A jump shot. He had no sky hook.
Right.
He had no other part of his game. He was a low post, bang, get in there. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do my job, and that's what I do. But when you have that all around game, you can shoot free throws. You have that hook shot. You have an arsenal. Then that's you, Fred. Fred can cover. He can tackle. He'll sack the quarterback if you ask him to. He does whatever is needed, and he's the vocal leader of that linebacking core and that defense. So when you give him that kind of leeway and that kind of slack, that bodes well for us because that says we have a leader for the next few years, and then we can move on slowly and gradually and put other pieces of the puzzle in and make them staples and then continue to have a winning culture. Because the reason that Bill Walsh won wasn't because he sat on one dude. Bill Walsh said, all right, let me find a couple of specific guys that are going to
Mm-hmm.
be stalwarts for this team, and we're going to make it happen. People don't remember. Joe Montana didn't start right away. We started Steve DeBerg. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So with Fred, this is one of the best signings that we had, and I'm glad that we got it done because yeah, somebody else said yeah, the price gonna go up, and that would have happened. Say Fred didn't get injured and he just balled out. Say he come out with like 8 sacks, 6 picks, you know what I'm saying, 100 and something tackles. Now he comes and looks at you and his agent goes, my client overperformed.
Yep. Now
What
I
you
need more
know,
money.
now I'm gonna need a little more money. You know what I'm saying? So that
I,
always happens.
Hey Dion, before I get you out of here, I got Benjamin waiting on this.
For
I
sure.
got one last question. I want you to answer that. Actually, Corey in the group chat asked, all right, and he said, "Croc, Warner signing. What does that mean for Jimmy? Or does that mean that Jimmy gets cut soon?" All right, and Dion,
No,
I'm gonna let you kind of answer that question for him.
let me tell you this. Everybody out there that keeps thinking about Jimmy in general, you need to let it go. Jimmy G is here. Jimmy G isn't going anywhere. From a viable friend and a viable source, we haven't been offered more than a fourth rounder for Jimmy Garoppolo. And we're looking for at least a first to second rounder. The second rounder being what we actually got back in return for what we gave up.
Right.
Period, point blank. Jimmy is here to stay. He's not going anywhere because of what Fred got paid has no bearing on what Jimmy does. You have to remember, we have Jimmy, Trey Lance, and Josh Rosen and Nate Sudfeld. And I can guarantee you, we ain't going into the season with Trey Lance and Josh Rosen as our 1-2. You're
Right.
going to see Jimmy until Jimmy either gets hurt or he plays poorly enough to a point where they say it's time to turn to Trey. So all y'all hating on Jimmy and not wanting him here, you're going to have to let that man ball out and show you what he got because he's here to stay, unfortunately, until something is done otherwise.
Right. And another thing to kind of think about too with this whole situation, this contract for Fred Warner really kicks in the following year, right? Like that kicks in the
Exactly.
following year. And by the time that kicks in, Jimmy will be off the books and you'll have your quarterback that will be starting, which will be Trey Lance. He'll be on a rookie contract. So, there will be more money to kind of go around for everybody. They probably want to front load a lot of this stuff, if possible, especially while you have a quarterback on a rookie deal. So,
Yeah,
man,
because Parag usually either front load or back load his contract. He
right.
never spreads them out evenly. There's a stair step or a lowering curve. He always does that. That's just how he moves. So hey, we good. I'm happy Fred is here. I wanted him to stay, and now anybody else looking at him is just gonna have to go. Damn, can't get him.
Right. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Dion.
Peace, man. Good talking to you, brother.
All right, for sure. And we still got to fix my Wi-Fi. I'm telling you, I'm gonna call Vi Broadband today. Like, dude, why am I going blurry in the middle of streams? If any of y'all got the answer to that, let me know. All right, because this is really annoying, and I can see it. I can see when my Wi-Fi dips. All right, real quick before we bring Benjamin on, Corey right here. Dallas drafted linebacker in the first round, Leighton Vander Esch. That is true, yeah. And Vander Esch, cool, had a good rookie year. Since then, we'll see. Has dealt with some type of injuries and whatnot. He definitely ain't Fred Warner. All right. Joining us now. Here we go. We got Benjamin. What's up, man?
So I was gonna ask the same question as the guy in the comments. Do you think like this Fred Warner extension, Jimmy has to be out by at least next year because there is no way we can keep both of them on the roster and still like make way for like if we want to, let's say we want to rebuild a roster next year. How in the world are we going to do this? Like, I don't get it really because.
Well, yeah, nah, man. I mean, I agree. At some point, you want to play your rookie that you're paying all this money to. Like, and
Yeah.
he is a rookie contract, but it's not like these guys don't get paid anything. Now, most of it is in a signing bonus, like right away.
Yeah.
So then over the next 3 years, and you have your fifth year option, is kind of a lot less money on the on the books at the quarterback position. But as far as Jimmy Garoppolo, man, like you're not going to pay him another $27 million next year to be sitting possibly on the bench. I think at some point, gotta get your rookie in there, get him playing. I feel like they drafted him number 3 overall, so I don't think this is a situation where they want to wait too long. I think ideally, if it were up to the 49ers, they'd probably start Trey Lance right now. But Jimmy Garoppolo at least affords you the time to not have to play Trey Lance right away. Now, if he's just ready and he just takes over the position, great. But I would say, hey, there's no rush to get Trey Lance in there. You got Jimmy Garoppolo. We know when he's healthy, the 49ers can play well and they can win. I think they'll take that approach and then eventually kind of ease Trey Lance in either at times this year or next year. But I don't expect Jimmy Garoppolo to be on the roster next year. So a contract like Fred Warner's that kicks in the following year, I don't think it would hurt being able to sign anyone else because you'll have a quarterback on a rookie contract.
So do you think they'll try to trade him at the deadline? Honestly, if I'm looking at the schedule, it's not that pretty earlier on. So it's not like, I mean, maybe they're going to try to raise the stock for Jimmy, but even if they were to, I don't think teams would even go above a fourth for him. So it's eventually just going to, it's eventually just going to have to come down to the point where you get desperate enough because no team's going to trade a second for him. Even if he has a good season.
I would say this. There are scenarios where teams can get extremely, extremely desperate. All right.
Yeah,
if you kind of remember back a few years ago, Carson Wentz was a rookie and the Eagles had Sam Bradford at that time. Sam Bradford, who was a former number 1 overall pick, And he had his moments of, well, he can kind of play, but he's
Yeah.
always hurt and torn ligaments and all this, that, and the other. And the Eagles drafted Carson Wentz really high. They had Sam Bradford. Next thing you know, Sam Bradford gets shipped off for a first-round pick to Minnesota because Minnesota's quarterback tore his ACL and everything in it, right? So there are scenarios where teams can get extremely kind of thirsty for a quarterback, and I think that's when the 49ers will be able to capitalize. Now, I'm not saying that they'll be able to get a first-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, but I could see a scenario where they get something higher for him than either a fourth-round pick, which you kind of stated.
So do you think this could be a sleeper team, the Packers?
No. Well, no.
Yeah,
I think even this year, I mean, maybe like next year, if just the whole Aaron Rodgers thing just completely blows up, he's like, I'm not going. Maybe they try to trade him away. You have Jordan Love play. Jordan Love plays, and it just does not look good at all. It's like, well, he just can't play at all. Then I could see, as to some capacity, a team like the Packers, willing to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, especially if it doesn't have to be a high pick.
I feel like a team that could make a run at him if Deshaun Watson is out of the way soon is the Texans, because really they only have Davis Mills, who they drafted. So if Deshaun Watson is like traded soon, then maybe not this year, but next year, like you said, I could see the Texans being a main team too. I mean,
oh, definitely. I mean, and you look at who's their GM, right? He's the guy that came over from New England, guy that was a part of drafting Jimmy Garoppolo. So, if anybody's going to know him, it's going to be him. Nick Caserio, is that his name? Something like that.
I think so. I feel like the Texans actually would be a team that would want would give the highest price for him, because you get some picks for Deshaun Watson, and then you use some of that to go get Jimmy Garoppolo. But I don't know. I think you would, if you were the Texans, just tank and get a good quarterback instead of going to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. I wouldn't get it if I were the Texans, but maybe they would do it.
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo is good. You don't think he's good?
I mean, I mean, I feel like at best he's a not a Pro Bowl quarterback, but he's a 15th best middle of the pack quarterback. I feel like average. So
I agree.
But he's rarely at his best. Like,
You got to look at the situations, right? So you got the Houston Texans, and they got a situation right now with Deshaun Watson is up in the air. You mentioned Davis Mills. I like Davis Mills. I think he was a solid pick where he got taken. That doesn't look good, and Deshaun Watson goes away, gets traded, whatever the case is, right? So now you're in a situation where, like, dang, we need something. I think that's a time where you trade for a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo because he will at least have it to where you don't suck. And that's the main thing, right? Like even in an organization, like we need guys that we need to keep the camaraderie up. Jimmy Garoppolo has been a really good leader in the locker room. I think he is a guy that would improve a team like that and at least make it to where, again, they're not just terrible. So although I don't think he's just this all-pro guy or, multiple Pro Bowl type quarterback, I do think that there's a scenario where Jimmy Garoppolo does play very well.
So before I go, one quick question. How do you put that Croc Talk thing up on your screen? Do you have to have something special in StreamYard for it?
Oh no, I have a guy that made it for me. He made this brand. So I actually have, if I go over here. So where is it at? Hold on. So I have several of them. So I have this one. And we can go to that.
But don't you have to pay for that, right?
Yeah, you pay, but I mean, it's not nothing too crazy. You gotta ask your parents. Maybe you gotta mow some extra lawns or something. Mow some lawns and have your parents.
I just paid for a YouTube ad, so I might be waiting for a little while. So,
what YouTube ad did you pay for?
So it's to put how you see video ads on this like before you watch a video or something like that. I paid for one of my videos to be like that. It's like a 20-second video.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, yeah, I got a pretty good turnout, but
can you tell everybody where they can subscribe to your YouTube channel?
Oh, the Camper Report. The Camper Report, and then I guess I'll post them in the comments.
Yeah, post that, man, so we can get you some subscribers over there.
Yeah,
and it looks like already you're doing better than me because my Wi-Fi keeps dipping in and out. Your Wi-Fi is perfect.
Yeah.
So you're good, man. But yeah,
okay, well, thanks. I'm a big fan. Pleasure to
Yeah.
be on here.
Yeah,
So,
well, I'm a big fan of yours, and I appreciate you coming on.
yeah, thanks. I'll
All right,
see
man.
you later. Bye.
Peace. All right, that was Benji. Came on. That's what's up. All right, again, if you guys are just joining, I am having Wi-Fi issues. I'm trying to get it situated, but I had to come on live first to talk about All-Pro Fred Warner, who just signed a lucrative contract, 5 years, $95 million, 40.5 guaranteed. Awesome to see the 49ers lock up their All-Pro linebacker. All right, so that's going to do it for today. I just kind of want to come on here, break some news and whatnot. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, coming in here. We've had up to almost 100 people in here just kind of hanging out with me on a Wednesday afternoon. I appreciate everybody that checked in. If you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button right now. Hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribe to the channel. Oh, here we go, man. We got a super chat. I appreciate the super chat. Let's go. All Pro Fred. Let's go. Let's get it, Croc. Man. I'm excited, as you can see. So I'm gonna have to get off of here and figure out this Wi-Fi situation and get these people over here to fix my stuff so I don't get all pixelated like you Android users. All right, I'm just joking. I won't make any more jokes about that. But till next time, I appreciate everybody in here. We out. Peace.